Aristotle invented logic, mentored a conqueror, and still hated poetry? Breakdown. So you're telling me one man basically created logic, mentored Alexander the Great, dragged poetry through the mud, and still had the audacity to shade his own teacher? Yep, his name? Aristotle. Greek philosopher, drama critic, logic daddy. Let's break down the life, the works, and the wild legacy of the man who shaped literally everything. Part 1. Who TF was Aristotle? Okay, so born in 384 BCE in Stagira, northern Greece, Aristotle was the ancient equivalent of that gifted kid who didn't just ask questions, he invented entire systems to answer them. His dad? A doctor to the king of Macedon. So Lil Ari grew up around science, medicine, and royalty. Cute. By 17, he joins Plato's academy, where he studies for like 20 years. But plot twist, he didn't agree with Plato on everything. In fact, he was like, Plato, I love you, but your world of forms is giving abstract nonsense. Then in the ultimate mentor flex, Aristotle becomes the tutor of Alexander the Great. Yes, the dude who would go on to conquer half the world. Like, can your philosophy teacher top that? I think not. Now, let's get into the juicy stuff, the texts. 1. Poetics. Aristotle basically said, let's stop being dramatic about tragedy and analyze it. He gives us the first literary theory manual, defining plot, character, catharsis, and the famous hamartia, tragic flaw. Like, imagine calling out every Greek tragedy for being structurally messy. That's Ari. Quote, a tragedy is the imitation of an action that is serious and complete. Translation? Don't give me chaotic vibes. Give me purpose, structure, and emotional damage. He also threw shade at epic poetry, saying tragedy was superior because it was shorter, tighter, and hit harder. Basically, why read Homer when you can cry in 3 acts instead of 24? 2. Nicomachean Ethics. This one's a deep dive into how to live a good life. He talks about the golden mean, the idea that virtue lies between 2 extremes. Not too brave, not too cowardly, just courageous. Not a party animal, not a monk, just moderate. Quote, happiness is the activity of the soul in accordance with virtue. Meaning, stop chasing vibes, chase character. This is also where he basically says, to be happy, don't just feel good, be good. Mic drop. 3. Politics. Ari was like, let's design the ideal government. He said humans are zoon politikon, political animals. We need community, purpose, and structure to thrive. He studied actual city-states and didn't just sit around like, what should the perfect republic look like? But he also said women were incomplete men, so not exactly a feminist icon. Or metaphysics. Want to know what exists beyond the physical? Ari's got you. He defined substance, form, and cause in the most complicated way possible. Like, everything has 4 causes: material, formal, efficient, and final. Girl, I'm just trying to drink tea, not dissect the universe. Still iconic. Part 3, the spicy stuff. Here's where Aristotle gets messy. Dragged his teacher. He literally said Plato's ideas were too dreamy. He wanted logic, not vibes. Was kind of sexist. He said women had cooler blood and were naturally inferior. Disliked democracy. Preferred rule by the wise. Ari said mob rule equals chaos. Honestly, relatable. Invented logic, like actual literal logic. Syllogisms, deductive reasoning, categorization. You know, the stuff your brain does when it's trying to decide if you're being ghosted or not. All men are mortal. Socrates is a man. Therefore, Socrates is mortal. This man invented that. We use it in essays, arguments, and YouTube rants to this day. Part 4, why Aristotle still slaps. Aristotle laid the groundwork for basically everything. Drama theory, politics, education, science, and logic. You don't have to agree with all his ideas, and honestly, you shouldn't. Feminism would like a word, but you have to admit he shaped the way we think. His legacy is built into the bones of Western philosophy. And if you've ever asked, is this good or bad, right or wrong, tragic or just stupid, you're doing Aristotle. So tell me this, fam. Was Aristotle the ultimate intellectual blueprint? Or just a gifted kid who never got therapy? Comment below. And let me know which philosopher I should roast next. Don't forget to like, sub, and share this with your tragic friend who overthinks everything like it's Nicomachean Ethics. Bye-bye, my political